as a beginner in Killing Floor 2, there are many options available. Which perk is the best to start with? By the end of this, you'll know exactly which perk to pick and which ones to skip entirely as a beginner. Let's begin by defining the capabilities a beginner-friendly perk should have. They should, from level 0, have weapons that are straightforward to use, including their starter weapon, be able to take down small, medium, and large enemies, as well as helping take on bosses, have at least one support benefit for the team. From this, before we get into the main perks to consider, let's use these capabilities to quickly cancel out a number of perks that are not suitable for beginners. The Survivalist, Sharpshooter, Gunslinger, and Demolitionist all have varying capabilities to take down any sized enemy, or many at once, and the Sharpshooter, Gunslinger, and Demolitionist have support benefits for the team, but in the case of the Survivalist, they have no support benefits at level 0. The Sharpshooter and Gunslinger's weapons require a degree of finesse to use effectively. They are not the most straightforward weapons to use, whilst the Demolitionist's weapons will either deal lots of self-damage from detonations or not explode at all, except for some of their weapons. This rules out these perks as being suitable for beginners, and so we'll now look at perks that could be suitable for beginners. The Berserker is overall a pretty okay perk for a newer player, and Berserkers are great for being the team's tank. However, there is the key mechanic of parrying, which when you're unaware of enemies' attack patterns, what they look like, and the timing of them, this can be more difficult to learn, particularly when you're trying to learn the entire rest of the game. So, I wouldn't start here. The SWAT can be an alright perk for newer players. SMGs are easy to use, and flashbangs help the team deal with large ZEDs. The trouble is that their weapons tend to deal low damage and use lots of ammo, causing you to spend more money on ammo or having to spend time running around the map, since you're not aware of where the ammo drops are as a beginner. I would thus advise against starting with this perk. The Field Medic is also not a bad perk for newer players, being able to handle small and medium enemies just fine, as well as supporting the team by healing. However, they struggle handling large ZEDs by themselves, having more of a support playstyle, which means that you may have to stay extra vigilant to properly heal teammates, which could cause you to get into trouble, making this perk not a good starting one. The last 3 perks to consider are all good for beginners in their own ways. We'll start by looking at the support. Their starter and most of their other weapons, their shotguns, are certainly straightforward to use. They can consistently take care of small, medium, and large enemies, as well as providing effective help against the boss, no matter which boss. Their team support benefits include being able to weld/unweld/repair doors to control enemy flow, and their ammo backpack, which teammates can take from once a wave to receive ammo to top up their ammo supply. The support needs not worry about the backpack, as teammates have to interact with them to receive ammo, not the other way around. As they meet all the requirements, they are a solid contender for the best beginner perk, but let's consider the other 2 perks first. Looking at the next beginner-friendly perk, we have the Commando. Their starter and most of their other weapons are definitely straightforward to use. They can consistently take care of small and medium enemies, along with Skrakes, only needing help against fleshpounds. Against bosses, they can deal consistent damage to them as well, along with helping detect cloaked bosses with their team support benefit, which can also reveal stalkers for the team, as long as these cloaked enemies are within within their line of sight. With their weapons being effective from level 0, along with meeting all the other requirements, they are a solid contender for the best beginner perk. Before we come to a conclusion, let's take a look at our last beginner-friendly perk. That is, of course, the Firebug. Their starter and most of their other weapons are very straightforward to use. They can handle small and medium enemies easily, with large ZEDs going down without too much difficulty as well, falling prone to fire panic. Against bosses, they can deal consistent damage to them, with fire damage constantly chipping away at their health. The fire panic their weapons cause to enemies is their double-edged sword team support benefit, as this can also make it harder for some perks to take down large ZEDs. Although they have to watch out for hurting themselves with their own fire, having met all of the requirements we have laid out, they are also a solid contender for the best beginner perk. Now we've gone through all the perks, which one is the best for beginners? Let's find out. In conclusion, based on these top 3 perks, I feel that the support is the best for beginners. Their weapons are very straightforward to use. They can handle all enemies with minimal issue consistently, including bosses, plus their great support benefits. Welding to control enemy flow, and their ammo backpack, which teammates interact with to get more ammo, so they haven't got to worry about handing it out. I feel that this damage consistency helps them over the Commando, who may struggle taking out large ZEDs, as well as over the Firebug, as they damage themselves if enemies get too close and have limited team support capability. So, I think the support is the best beginner-friendly perk. I've already touched on the basics, but would you like to know more? If so, click on this video here for a more in-depth beginner-friendly support guide. Many thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.